All right, it's Brother Will, aka Quiet Storm, and we're back with week 7 of the 52-week challenge. Today's subject or topic is going to be use what you got. That's right, use what you got. And I know that's a little country or a little old school, not really proper grammar, whatever, but we're going to make it work for today. Word says, acknowledge God in all of your ways, and He'll direct your path. So, what I'm going to do today is just show you how, just by using your gifts and using the talents that God has given you, how you're actually acknowledging Him and how you give Him the power to increase you and to bless you more and more just by using the things that He's given you. I mean, just imagine that, the Creator, the Most High God, He's giving you something and you refuse to use it. Just imagine how disrespectful that is. So, just by the fact or just by you using the gift that He's given you, I'm gonna show you how you're really acknowledging Him and how He can use that to increase you and to increase His kingdom. I'm going to touch on the parable just a little bit, not going to get deep into it, but just about the talents. God gave 3 individuals, He gave them talents, which was something that allowed them to increase. He gave them something that gave them the opportunity to increase. He gave them something for their own good. The word said that He gives you the power to get wealth, which means that God puts something in your hand. He gives you some type of ability that allows you to get wealth, that allows you to grow and to prosper. All right? And we just have to respect Him enough to really use those gifts. It goes back to probably one of the first couple of videos I did about being, in that comfort zone or out of that comfort zone, to where you're not using, you're not using what you got. You're not using what God has given you, and you find yourself frustrated because you're not operating in the things that He called you to do. All right. So, a couple examples. Now, some people may actually doubt the gifts that God has given you. All right, I was just doing some reading, online earlier today and, earlier last week. Just came across an interesting example, which a lot of you may know, one of the greatest basketball players of all time, Michael Jordan. As you know, in the 10th grade, he was cut, from the team, and of course, that Michael Jordan he's definitely gifted in playing basketball. But when he was in the 10th grade, his coaches or whoever cut him, at the time, they didn't see his potential. They didn't see how gifted he was, you know what I'm saying? And cut him from the team. Another one example, there's this actor, back in the day actor named Danny DeVito. He was pretty short. Everybody doubted that because of his height and stuff like that, that he couldn't be a great actor. But he had a gift to be an entertainer. And through that gift of entertaining, when he used that, that allowed God to come in and increase him. And, he grew, he went on to be a great actor. Say, for example, now, you're the average everyday person, and you may say, well, I don't have a gift. I don't have anything that I don't know what I'm gifted in. I mean, this is the perfect opportunity for you to really seek God and see what it is that you're gifted in. That's the main thing I want you to get out of this. If you don't know what your gift is, seek God, ask Him what it is, and start to operate in it. I don't know. Your gift could be, God may have given you a gift to bake cookies. So as you're baking your cookies, you may follow the standard recipe, but while you're working and baking those cookies, He might give you some other ideas. Say, well, you know what? Put a little extra brown sugar, or put a little nutmeg in there, a little, sprinkle this or sprinkle of that. And what happens is, because you're gifted at it, God gets in the midst of what you're doing, and then it adds what I would like to call a God factor to it, which means that it's just something that's intangible. People can't quite put their finger on it or know what it is, but they know it's like, man, there's something different about those cookies. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just God. And, the word says, oh, taste and see that the Lord is good. So while you baking those cookies, God get up in those cookies and people can actually taste it. They were like, well, this ain't Oreos or Chips Ahoy or Betty Crocker, but man, it's just something about these cookies that just it's something distinct. It's something that I really like about it. It's that God factor in it. So, like I said, I wanted to take the time today to encourage everybody to use what you got. And if you don't know what you got, I want to encourage you to try to find out what it is that you got, that God has given you, to increase you, to prosper you, so you can have enjoyment in your labor and the things that you do in this life. All right. So again, Brother Will, 52-week challenge, week 7, use what you got. All right. Thank you for your time.